Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Good luck with that hunt. Got about 5 people I've been after. Still, sometimes we'll never figure out though. So, what else
I
we
don't
got
know.
though? It's just slow of learning. Then go ahead and do it that way.
I don't know if it's me that's noticing it or if you guys are noticing it too. Like when it comes down to soft hats, not really responding to the um, like when we call their names out or um, following directions like they're supposed to. I don't know if it's me that's
Yeah, I've noticed
noticing
it.
it or if you guys are
Most of the
noticing it
time,
too. Like
right?
when it comes down to
These
soft
soft tattoo
hats,
level eights, and they don't know what the hell is going on ever. They just know they wanted to join the army, and they're in a suit, and we told them 5 base rules, and that's it. So again, it's on you. Just look them in their eyes and be like, "Hey, do you understand this or no?" Cool. If they don't understand it, go ahead and educate them. Not every soft hat is taught by, you know, a general even. A lot of the people learn their stuff from the hard hats and other soft hats and whatnot. So we just need to spread knowledge and teach people how to RP around us correctly. If you see someone that you're not familiar with, most likely they don't know what they're doing yet. So just always check with them, even if it seems like uh, they're annoyed by it. Like, why is this person trying to tell me how to do my job? I know how to do it. Let's just check with them to make sure they're on point. Yeah. Anything else? You got something to say, Elon?
Yeah, I feel like communication is key, and if they don't know what's going on, we shouldn't expect them to. Like I feel like a lot of people get ranked up entirely too fast, and they don't know what's going on.
I agree, man. So we should probably slow down, right, on giving people ranks that don't actually deserve it. No matter how good we're feeling that day, let's just not rank them up. Let's make sure they actually know what's going on before they get from point A to point B. Meaning even a recruit to a private. So um, I agree, man. A lot of them don't know what's going on. We could be getting frustrated, for instance, right, with BCs disappearing. It's like, well, these people don't even know what's going on. They're just parking the vehicles the way they saw other people park them. They don't know that they're locking and getting out of other doors. So I already had a base meeting with them today. Let them know I need them at NG all the time. If they're not doing patrols and watches until they're, you know what I mean, privileged to go to Southgate. And that's that. So they have a clear understanding. The ones I did talk to about what's going on. We just have to be there side by side with them. Instead of RPing 60, 70% at SG, we need to be there 70% at NG to make sure that they're getting what they need to get to get to the next stage, and so they don't get themselves in trouble, repped out, or us frustrated. So yeah, good point, Elon.
I do have a suggestion to that, Cruz.
Sure, I got a few too. What you got though?
Okay, so like when it goes to rank up time, you know how we go through the 5 base rules, current rank, current duties, next rank and duties. What if we throw them a couple curveball tests to see if they're actually learning?
Sure, I don't mind y'all doing that. Catering to the player exactly that you're asking those questions to. Make sure they're custom questions to them. Something you may think that they have challenges with on base. So just throw them a curveball. I really don't mind. Uh, I don't want people just to get ranked up. Of course, I want them to do good and get ranked up. But if they don't know their shit, then I mean, let's educate them every single day. Let's make sure they learn something every single day, including during their rank ups. So it's a good idea, sir. I don't mind y'all doing that. I'm not opposed. Y'all got the green light.
Okay, and then also for the rank up part two, like Elon was like, we're moving too fast on rank ups, especially with soft hats going into hard hat. Like ones that are not active very often. You only see come in for a good amount of extended time and then just leave and then be out for days at a time and then come back and expect
Yeah, what's the suggestion for that, sir?
not to give them one at all until they show that the activity level is what it needs to be.
I get it. Not like holding him to a high accountability like that. Again, We got to be a little bit more gentle with the soft hats at the same time. Make sure that they learn what they need to learn. We need to keep them engaged and interested. So in their head, they're not going to understand why they're not going to get ranked up anymore. Yeah, we can explain it to them, um, but in their head, it's just still a game, and they don't really know how serious we take this RP thing. So before they get into their hard hats, I'd say, yeah, that's a good suggestion right there. The soft hats is make sure they're doing their basic duties, and we can rank them up from there. But once it's time to become a hard hat, because those hard hat spots are filling up, man, we have our colonel spots are full, our major spots are full, and I think the spot right beneath that is close to being full. So, good problem, but it is a problem still. So we shouldn't be expeditedly ranking people up, like you guys all suggestion. I agree. Let's make sure that the people are where they need to be before we put them there. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. C. Rod. What you got, Mr. Vince Riker?
I believe Miss Riley is still driving, so I was going to speak on that a little bit. She had spoken to me, and we're going to plan out some stuff. One of the things that I've been trying to do is do a train the trainer course to get all of the generals and colonels trained on doing RP training with some of these. It's, we do a lot of 1v1s and cover fire and all that stuff, but we're not teaching them how to actually RP at the North Gate. One of the things Riley had talked about doing was as part of the rank up is that that rank up would have to be contingent on the academy log being checked first, because we do have people who have not even had macros checked yet that are getting ranked up to sergeant. And then we also, I notice, have had people that haven't been here for a week getting, promoted. So definitely, something that we can start helping those of you, the DFG and FG, with rank ups, making sure that we got the people. The main thing for me, especially, is when they're getting into the higher ranks of soft hat, even. I know it seems that in the old days, similar NRP to PD, our unbadged recruit and private are not allowed to interact with civilians until they've learned how to RP. And I don't. I think we've moved away from that with the army because pretty much everybody RPs, no matter But we do need to start teaching them what to do at Northgate, how to do the BCs, and all that as part of their training before they can get promoted to sergeant or above.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but I need to look more into that. Um, as much as I'd love soft hats to be more engaged in the Discord, I'm really not looking for that advancement from them until they become a hard hat. Um, Honestly, I think a simple solution is that we stop ranking up prematurely. That we actually do make sure that they know what's going on first. So I'd like to see what they have to check off in terms of trainings in the academy first, and we can definitely revisit that right there. Um, you know what? Just thinking about it now as I'm saying this. Um, yeah, it sounds good. I just need to see what the categories are, and then we can go ahead and green light it, and I'll throw something up in a faction stating that that's initiated right there. Um, so yeah, it's really not a bad idea. It shouldn't be difficult for them to get in Discord. We can get them broken in early. So uh, yeah, she brought it up to me earlier, and I
We have a
yeah,
few categories in. Sorry.
sure, all good. Go ahead.
We have a few categories in the training. I just added two today that I posted. The one being, or actually, I think sending them the welcome package, and then also the second one would be making sure that they can use the like set up the BC, so properly locking them. That would be part of the training, so that once they already know how to do that as a recruit or a private if you end up catching them as a private. And then the other one, which was a request from CG Rolla, just the newer people who don't really know what guard duty are, just showing them how it happens and like following them around for those guard duties. And then another one I was gonna add was I can't really remember what it was, but when I do remember, I'll say it.
All right, cool. When we got it all in a hole and all grouped up, maybe when you're not driving, you can bring it up to me again, and we'll see if that looks okay, and we'll check mark that, and I'll throw it up in the faction announcement.
Yes, sir.
And I do send a welcome letter to every new recruit that's posted in the new hires that says, welcome to the faction. Explains how rank ups are done. Be aware of rank and duties, and then I give them the recruits welcome packet link so they can go check out everything on the welcome packet thread that we have. So the other thing that Riley had sent me was making sure we at the new recruits on our stuff. I don't know if everybody is aware, but if you create a thread and you put stuff on there and you don't have, because we don't have a lot of control over our threads, when a new person comes in after you've posted it, they cannot see it until you either tag them in it or you tag the whole army. Once you tag the whole army, then they can see it. So it's important that we're making sure that they can see all those threads that they need to see. And that's why, even if you go in and you tag them and then remove it, if you don't want a bunch of tags in there, then that will help them be able to see rank ups and stuff like that, which is what I usually will do. I'll usually tag the army in there so everybody that's been added to that role can now see that thread and
All right, sounds cool. Sounds like I gotta have something separate with the HR department, the CGs, and also the academy. So I'll have a talk about that so we can get more in depth about that.
I also
Shots fired at Southgate. Need backup.
Roger.
sorry, my radio was on. So I want to piggyback off of the communication when it comes to Northgate. Um in order to really identify, who is uh good enough to be ranked up, it starts with the communication. It starts with when it's time to lock down the base. If we are seeing like these soft hats or hard hats, while I do see a lot of gens, locking down base. That's fine, but we can't always just be the ones locking down the base. We do have a lot of hard hats. We do have a lot of soft hats around, and especially Northgate being their gate, we should be able to tell them, hey, go grab a BC. If they don't listen, then, following the rules, or if they're busy. But in order for them to learn how to uh, properly lock down the gates, they need to, uh, continue. It needs to be repetitive for them to lock down the gates so they can memorize how to do it, so they can memorize how to, do their roles, know their roles, do their duties. You'll be able to really see, hey, you know what? This person is actually doing good. He deserves or she deserves a rank up.
Yeah. In basically different words, as I was saying, yeah, yeah, you're right. And my thing is, again, it's not something I necessarily want to hear about because, when I was a general, when I was a colonel, I was teaching people beneath me in my rank what to do and how to do it. It doesn't fall on the people above my colonel status. To me, I hear you guys are not, you guys are not implementing and teaching the soft hats what they need to do. I had a talk with the soft hats during the base meeting and another base meeting with the hard hats afterwards. Hard hats specifically letting them know I don't want to see generals doing shit when you guys are around. You guys should be jumping and telling the general, I'll take care of this right here. Let me deal with the soft hat right here. Same with the soft hats. I told them exactly what they're supposed to be doing all throughout the day, right after the raid, what they shouldn't be doing. So it's on you guys to enforce that. Um, and again, to my original first statement I think I made, if they're blatantly disregarding y'all and they are, and you know it's not that they just don't know what's going on because they're brand new to the game, then again, get it on BC, Uh, if you think it's beyond you just issuing out laps, right, and bring it to me, and we'll go ahead and go about it like that and deal with them accordingly. So yes, MG, Selena, I agree. Uh, Pretty sure I said something like that earlier, but I agree. Yes, ma'am.
But that also falls on us. We have to make sure we cannot get mad when nobody doesn't know how to do anything if they were never taught the correct way. That falls on us.
Absolutely.
That is the truth. And while I'm saying that, it's on y'all, it's really on me too, because I didn't teach each person individually, but that's really why I have you all in the position that you're at. To hoping that if I don't see something with a soft deck, because you guys know I spend just about all my time at Northgate, not just kicking it with y'all at SG. That's me just talking to them and spitting a little game on them every chance I get. I see maybe 5 soldiers that are in here that spend a lot of time at Northgate. I'm not saying y'all don't help lock it down, but a lot of people don't spend time at Northgate. And due to that, we have people getting ranked up 2, 3 ranks without you even being able to touch them. Whoever it is not spending time at Northgate, when you could have caught them doing something wrong, whatever the case may be, like, hey, this is supposed to be done like that. The only way we can teach them is if we're around them. So, yeah, agreed. There should be no reason that the soft hats are standing around watching you generals lock the gates up. I don't know why y'all would allow that. And you're there at the time. You tell them this is what needs to be done, the same way shit's always been ran. And if they don't listen, follow the protocol.
Yeah, that's why I don't rush to do all of that stuff. And I've been saying it for a long time. I don't know why y'all rushing to go lock that gate down. They supposed to know exactly what they have to do. And I've been trying to implement that for a very long time. So as soon as raid is over and it's time to lock down the gate, North Gate, they supposed to know exactly what to do. Because most of the time I'm seeing generals locking it down, and I'm just seeing soft as just standing on top of the building, or just standing around with their gun in their hand, just not doing nothing. And I'm like, what's going on? I have to pull up on a few of them, like, sir, do you know what you're doing? Do you know how to do this, do that? Yeah, like, well, I'm just glad, you know, we could work on something like this because it's been going on for a long time and I've been calling it out. But yeah, so that's something we could definitely work on.
Back to what Miss Selena said, communication is key.
Yeah, it is. And if you guys are just standing around there letting them do the wrong thing, they're going to continue to do that. So y'all need to communicate to them. Like, hey, I don't know if you know what's going on. I see you just standing. It's a lot of shit moving quickly, but this is what you're supposed to be doing. You see them doing it again, at that point they're not listening. Either that or they didn't understand because you didn't explain good enough to them the first time. Whatever the case may be, we got to talk to them like like they were born yesterday. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't know what's going on. I didn't when I first started playing the game. So there's a lot of RP etiquette that people they don't even know about RPing. They just been playing their console game or and nobody's there to tell them, hey, this is foul. This ain't proper RP. It's one of the few games that do that. So we have to really get in depth with them. So yeah, great point. I told all the hard hats this. I don't want to see generals jumping on things. I want to see y'all jumping on things. You guys are the ones that want their general suit. If you want their suit, I perform them. You know, um, plain and simple. So yeah, if y'all see people not standing around, just to be clear, tell them what to do, please. I don't want to see you park 2 BCs and someone park no BCs. So let's get on that. We got anything else? Talk to me, generals.
Just that little incident from earlier. I don't know if they reached out to you as yet. Um, but yeah, I'm getting to my knowledge that some of the soft hats and hard hats be, run away from base sometimes. When there's no general looking. Um, yeah, that's an issue right there as well. Just no body cam was given, but it's just being said that they caught a few off base and all of that stuff.
Yeah, that's hearsay to me again. I can't do shit with that. Like I've been telling everybody all day at the meetings. You guys can come up to me and tell me, "Oh, this happened. This person's doing that." Cool. I'll keep a lookout to see that behavior continues, but I can't do nothing with that information. Um, the lack of BC, but then the complaints for the people that don't BC is outrageous, and I'm just gonna tell y'all to, all right, cool. What do you want me to do about it? Because you didn't BC and dismiss you. So I need y'all to BC. If you guys are not able to delegate yourselves to lower ranks, so I can help y'all with that. But if it comes to anything that's soft hat related, hard hat related, I mean, y'all should be able to deal with that. Uh, I've always dealt with it before. You guys should be able to do the same thing. So if you need help again, cool. It's going to be an educational experience, right? Because you don't know how to do a certain thing or how to handle it a certain way. Cool, I'll help you with that. But I know for the most part, all of y'all know how to how to handle and what you guys are supposed to be doing. You guys didn't get there to where you're at on accident. Lotus, while you're taking the seat, were you trying to say something? I'm just assuming based off
I
of what you said.
sorry, I was waiting for everyone to finish. I'm trying not to talk over you, sir. I was just gonna ask more of Ed. Does Vince and Riley want to add something to where we have any colonels that are online? If we say we have a few new recruits, we take any colonels with us to show them how we do things for the academy. So at least they have some freaking idea what they're doing. I know there's a few of them that know how to do the academy, but since there's some new add-ons, maybe making sure that they know how to show them how to do this, how to do that, and that type of thing. What do you think, Vince? I don't know if Riley's still driving.
I'm driving, but I can still respond. I ideally, uh, I would want colonels to shadow whenever you know that they recently got in their colonel suit. Personally, I've if I'm doing a pre-interview or whatever it may be, I sometimes will send a colonel that hasn't done it or who has shown interest in doing it to go shadow me or whatever for those. So if you see a colonel that's there and it's just standing there, definitely take them and have them shadow you. I'm recruiting for the unit still. I've already adjusted the members list and I'll be adding people in. And I want you guys that are active at least during hiring time, ideally to join if you can, because that's usually the times where we're gonna need uh, people to assist with academy around those times. But again, yeah, if you see a colonel or even a major, I mean, colonel or major that is willing to learn and wants to learn about anything, just go ahead and take them and let them shadow you. I've had V do academy and I've watched her do it, so that make sure that she, if she needed help, she could ask. But yeah, have them shadow.
Okay, no, you're good. I'm just not really making sure, but just kind of putting it out there because I know there's a few colonels I know. I think Griffin and Dean have watched me do it a few times, but that was a little while back, so maybe they need review. But I was just kind of putting it out there, ma'am.
Yeah, if they've watched you do it, have them do it next, and then just shadow them and see how they do, and then from there, you're more than welcome to.
Just clarifying with you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to speak on trainings. I don't know. I see a lot of generals who don't do trainings. Vince mentioned something. Oh, we should be doing more than shooting trainings and cover trainings and this and that. All right, cool, do it. I don't give a damn if it's 2 or 3 people and you're teaching someone. See, it's part of your duties to delegate and teach the lower ranks. If you have 2 soft hats with you, 1 soft hat with you, I don't give a damn. Take a picture of it, log it in the training log. Say I trained this person how to lock a BC down. You see someone, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It could be anything. It could be anything. It could be RP etiquette in the city. You guys can take a damn drive and say, "Hey, we taught this person not to keep their guns out in the how small it is or how big the trainings are. Train, teach somebody some shit, anything. You could easily have 20 trainings a day just by talking and educating someone. Take a picture and post it. That's your training, you know? Um, it doesn't have to be some intricate rocket science type of experiment, you know? Just teach them how to draw their weapon, how to reload their weapon, how to shoot off their hip. That's a training. Could be anything. It what you're supposed to do when someone pulls up, proper macro usage, whatever. It could be a training. It could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If they learn something, it's a training. Just want to make that very clear. Yeah, nah, shooting is what I do because I like to shoot. I RP train all throughout the day. So that's a way for me to have a little bit of fun and help someone else shoot. But I don't log trainings because I don't need the credentials. Just I still do it though. I basically do the trainings without documenting it, right? Because we're always teaching somebody something. So just document whatever knowledge you taught them, drag them into another room, another part of the base, get a little quiet time with them, teach them something, and log it as a training.
Yes, sir. That's what I mean. Like, again, it's easy to go do 1v1s at HB, and that's important, but
I got
there's a
you,
lot
Vince.
more things we can do.
I know, man. And I'm just letting you know. I'm elaborating on what you're saying. So I've been telling
I,
everyone this all day. Just get a small training in. It doesn't just have to be 1v1. We get it.
We could add in something like it's it's still training, but see what they've learned before like stepping in and saying, okay, this is what you actually need to recorrect it to get them to understand a little bit more about it. So cover training or something like that, and then it's just you and them. Just get it to where you see how they're working on themselves of learning on their own, and then if they mess up somewhere, kind of step in and be like, okay, um, it will work in hand of you guys recorrect.
Yes, sir. Initially, when you're training someone, if you haven't seen how they do something yet, see how they do it first so you can tell them what they need to work on. Because whatever you may try to train them on, they may know that part already. So see what mistakes they're making, what they need to get better at, and watch them do it so you know exactly what to train them with to get better.
sir, I believe, I don't remember if it was V, but I believe the other night we were doing, speaking of shooting, and she had said that there may be a new rule coming up that we will have to start using macros during our 1v1 trainings and stuff, which I kind of agree with because we should be using macros, but I don't know if that's. Was that was you, Kalina? Yeah. So is that something that admin is bringing down that we're gonna start? Because I think that 1v1s, um my opinion, 1v1s is what gangs do. I think as a faction we should definitely use our macros when we're shooting at each other as a way to get that find your macro faster training. So
Yeah, I like it. If that's what you want to do, tell them so they can get better muscle memory for dropping macros. Tell them to drop macros if that's what you want to do for their training. Um, I'm not really. I don't think it's a huge issue dropping macros. I don't see many problems with that. Not shooting macros at least. So uh, if you want to do some taser macro training, then cool. Um, do a training, cool training, and that I'm just thinking of now is if you're doing a taser battle, that you have to drop your taser macro before every single taser that you discharge. So, because that's how we have to do it in RP, or I'm in RP. So, yeah, it's not a bad idea at all. Um, admin has asked us to do that. They suggested doing that because it'll help with training using macros overall. But no, it's nothing that's I'm enforcing. That has to happen. So if those are your instructions, Mr. Riker. Cool. Make sure that they make sure they understand and yeah, conduct that. if you see that's something that needs to be worked on. I personally haven't caught too much of people not using macros, yeah. But if you see that, go ahead, implement that. There's a lot of stuff they tell me that's not supposed to happen that I haven't implemented on base. They're trying to tell me, during vacation um, that my soldiers aren't allowed to get vests and ammo anymore. And I haven't dropped that announcement to support that there because I don't necessarily support that, and it's not an admin rule. It's just something they're trying to implement to make it more RP. They're trying to say, oh, civilians don't get vests when they die. I'm like, all right, cool. It's not civilians we get killed by. It's gang members. And if we can get into a shootout with them, they're going to go back to their gang house and they can get a vest as many times as they want, 5 times as much as we can, because we can only get it every 30 minutes, right? So, um, yeah, go ahead, Mr. Vince. It's a great idea. Sounds like a great.
And like it doesn't have to be every time, but kind of a shoot don't shoot situation. Like we always say, if they shoot you first, take them out and then use a macro. If you are not being shot at, but you're going to shoot them, use your macro first. Just stuff like that. That's all. But thank you, sir.
Yeah, sounds like a great training to me again. There's different shooting etiquette procedures we have to go by. If we're the ones initiating a shooting, for instance, at our gate within our outlaw map, or we're initiating a shooting outside, anywhere really, we're the ones to start shooting first. We're supposed to drop our macro first. A lot of people may not know this right here, but if you're with a soldier and your fellow soldier is being shot at, that doesn't mean you can shoot them back right away. You have to drop your macro first since you're not the one immediately in danger. Even though you're trying to save his life as fast as you can, you have to be the one to drop the macro. The person being shot at doesn't have to drop the macro first. They can defend themselves. So just little things like that. Yeah,
That will help the RP-13 situation too.
absolutely. All right. We have anything else from the generals?
We just need to get on a better page to discuss trainings, who's going to host what and when it's going to happen. We should all host a couple trainings a week.
Yeah, I'm looking for y'all to host a training a day, man. A couple of trainings a week is the old quota from terms ago. We have a whole lot more generals now and a whole lot more people on base spread out throughout the day. So one training a day is not a lot. Again, I told you it could just be a 2 to 5 minute training of just teaching somebody how to do something. So if you'd like, cool. Y'all get together, come up with a group saying, all right, I'm doing this training today. Or if you're online, just say, hey, we're going to train, because that's what we're expected to do all throughout the day is boot camp, get better at something. Even with the positions that we're at, we all need to get better at something. So I'd love just to see y'all every 2 hours after the raid, somebody, hey, let's do a training. And whatever clever idea y'all got, cool, y'all the instructors, go ahead and do that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, can't sit there and schedule all this stuff. Or if you're online, just go ahead and use the numbers you have, whether it's 30 people or 5 to 10 people. Do a training. But yeah, not a bad idea. But I think it's a little excessive. I think we just need to start training. Throw it up in the frag if you see there's nothing going on in base, and let's get to it.
Honestly, on that note, I think this is my opinion, but I think it'd be easier to do a schedule because since one, we got more generals, and two, we minusing Discord of what there may not be a time where someone's posted about any type of training that they're gonna be hosting with the unit, and others may not know about it, and then you hop on and be like, okay, let's do training, and it coincides into the training that they already set for themselves. So something in that works of it would might help too.
Yeah, I got you. I don't care if we do the same training 10 times a day, so I don't see that as an issue. That's how you build muscle memory up. Uh, I'm not going to personally spend the time, and I got plenty of other schedules to post. I'm not going to post training schedules. I'm just not. Um, if that's what you want to do, Chris C-Rod, then be like, hey, I'm doing this training at this time right here. We do post our schedules if it's a big training, like a joint unit training, right? You'll see about that a few days prior, whatever the case may be. Um, yeah, I post bigger trainings that are going to demand people to be there. The one I see specifically in the unit members, right? If it's just a training that, if it's a bigger training, then go ahead. Yeah, post the schedule, man. I really don't care. Don't mind, and I don't care if someone does that training right afterwards either. So I don't see a problem there. But if it'll make y'all feel better to see it on Discord before doing the training, go ahead. Go ahead.
Before anybody
Go ahead,
else
Miss
speaks,
Evelina.
oh,
Yes, sir.
sorry.
No, go ahead, man. See you, Miss Evelina. Stay safe on your trip, sir. NRP.
Have a good night, sir. I was just gonna say, sir, to Mr. Rod there, and like Vince was saying, I'm trying to make a calendar just so the ICs and all the unit members have an idea when our regular big trainings that Mr. FG was talking about are gonna be popping up, and anything that like Mr. FG was saying before, any regular trainings like the small ones, the big, anything like that, we don't really need a calendar for it because we're supposed to be again doing them anyway. A dumb question, sir. It might be a dumb question.
No
What you
question is
got?
a dumb question.
I doubt it's done, but go ahead. I'll entertain it.
Just gonna ask. So, for the trainings, I'm seeing a lot in the training logs. Are the colonels supposed to be doing as instructors the trainings too? Because I'm just curious. I wasn't, as far as I was aware, it's just supposed to be generals that were like not really supervising but doing the training themselves. Is it just the hard hats that are supposed to be doing them too, or is it just the gens? Sorry, it might be a little bit of a dumb question.
No, it's not a dumb question. If you're seeing one thing, but it's another thing, you're just getting synced up on that. So, nah. So, generals are supposed to oversee the hard hats if they want to do a training. So, it doesn't mean the general has to do the training, they just have to be present there. Um, that's it. Are you saying that you see colonels doing trainings without generals present?
Not particularly. No, I was just asking in general, sir. If it's supposed to be just for generals they're supposed to be doing it, or just the colonels and the gens. I was just clarifying, sir.
No, any hard hat can do a training. If they have a training idea, all they need is a suit to oversee what's going on. General doesn't have to do anything other than stand there and just monitor. So if you want to partner up with the colonel and everything like that, or the hard hat, excuse me, then cool. But no, you guys don't even necessarily have to do anything. You just have to be present there, and that still is your training. So you log that for yourself because colonels can't log. And all that does is show, all right, this colonel is tag the colonel, obviously, or the hard hat that did the training with you, so that when we look for credentials later for rank ups, that we can see that that colonel was a part of a training.
RT, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Boyd.
Uh, I didn't know I had anything to say. I was just standing up, because the thing was gonna boot me.
Okay, so I had
Go ahead, sir.
the gangs are getting smarter. They're rushing us 15 minutes before raid because a lot of members who left army went back to the gangs. And the same setup that we're doing, they caught on to it and they know it. They know how we playing.
I got you. Well, yeah, we just had a conversation in the meeting about this yesterday with all the ICs. Basically, Delta, Recon, and Spec Ops are going to be involved during the raids now, not just the um, basically Delta, Spec Ops, and Recon have been assigned different areas of the base, and they're going to take care of all the X factors. So, Spec Ops basically jumping on all backup calls. Recon is going to be um, they're going to be back and forth between the AP wall, clamping them whenever they jump that AP ramp, and school course area, HQ area, anything that's going on there. And Delta is going to be posted at SG, flanking and messing up people at the tents as needed. So we've got a whole procedure in place for that moving forward. And look out for your one ICs. Go ask them, hey, talk to me more about the new raid setup that we have for the unit. And you guys should be having trainings. Um, Chart to kind of highlight what each group, their jurisdiction of each area they're going to be in during the raid. So hopefully that'll help with that, sir. Okay, I got you. Well, if we need to, Mr. Boyd, we can switch up locations all the way. I really don't mind doing that. Have our backs to the control tower. We could be on control tower. Um, that way, if we're getting hit, we can just call out 12, 3, 6, or 9 o'clock, you know? That way, everyone knows directly which way to turn, whatever. We can come up with something different. So I'm up for suggestions because last thing I want is them chipping our vests off before the raid starts. So I also don't mind trying to get set up a little bit earlier. So we'll see what works for us. But yeah, we got to make the adjustments every few weeks. We can't keep the same recipe because they do catch on to us, and there's slightly different things that we need to do, right, to just to catch up to the game. So yeah, it's a good point, sir.
I was gonna say if they are trying to shoot our vessels off before the raid starts and we're positioned in mid, we can actually use the drone unit to look out for people that's trying to come in to take us down.
Yes,
Yep,
ma'am.
yep,
Doing that actually.
yep. So Roost and I had spoken about this yesterday, and they're gonna be keeping eyes on us during raid setup as well, um, before the raid even starts. So great suggestion, MG. Selena.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
What about the possibility of moving setup from mid over to like the barracks parking lot once in a while just to throw them off?
It's not bad, man, but I think we're more vulnerable there, unless we're standing right behind the building to where they can't get us from the mountain. I think that's the easiest spot for us to get shot from. So maybe a different
Okay.
spot, but yeah, yeah. Like I said, I don't mind us switching it up. Whether we put our backs to the control tower, whatever the case may be. Um, yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing set in stone. We just stood there because the previous FG had us standing there. So during the new base setup, so we can always switch that up.
Yes, sir.
Anything else from the major generals? All right, this is all good stuff. Our base security LTGs, speak to us, please. I'll start with Capitan, and then Kalina could speak. But is there anything that we need to be doing differently, LTGs, in terms of the right coverage at all the gates? What can we do, sir, to keep our base a little bit more tucked in? Before you say anything, I'd like our military police to start utilizing the the towers a little bit more, if we have the numbers, and if that means we have to grow the military police to 20 people, um, I don't mind. But I'd like to start getting more people using the towers and having the drone users that are on the towers in case they get shot at. But yeah, what can we do to tighten up base security, LTG Capitan, Tutan?
Yes, sir. We have plans for that, but I wanna say a few things regarding concerning the vacant LTG position. Uh, there are a few things I would like to suggest and clarify regarding the LTG rank ability that come with every rank. We all know that as your rank increases, so do your responsibilities and obligations increases too. We always take a note from the moment we join the army as a recruit until we reach the FG position during rank up interviews, promising to fulfill our duties. It is or to make that promise, but the reality is that some people fail to carry out the responsibilities they swore to uphold, or they may not even fully understand their duties. To those who will become LTG this coming week, or let's say who will become LTGs in the future, I want you that this is not simply a position where you give laps, where you give orders. Every soldier wants to see you perform your duties as an LTG properly. So that no one can say the position is merely for decoration or that favoritism is taking place. This is where often begin, and these issues can eventually lead to soldiers quitting the army. Now, yeah, going back to the LTG position, an LTG has the ability to spawn bearcats, and their primary responsibility is to provide security for the base and its soldiers. I would like to see for the duties of LTG rank to be aligned with its intended purpose. Starting from the day an LTG is elected, I would like them to take a note in front of soldiers after the last raid, either before or after the briefing. The responsibilities of the LTDG should focus on the safety and security of the base and its personnel. And also, I believe this is the right time to suggest to you, FG, that an LTG should responsible for organizing and leading all security related units such as TRU, bodyguard, drone, and military police. This unit, how do you call that, should fall under the super. This will help everyone understand that an LTG role is not limited to simply spawning bearcats. Meanwhile, units such as HR, uh, Academy, and RNR, as well as dispatch, if it's still active, and hiring events should be under the responsibility of Colonel. Spec Ops and Delta Force should be managed by the DFG due to the sensitive uh, nature of uh, through this structure. It will be easier for soldiers, especially those rank Major Gen down to recruit, to see that the assigned to this higher position are actively performing their duties and responsibilities. Perhaps for present and future leaders, FGs and DFGs, uh, we should select LTG candidates from the units I've mentioned earlier, such as MP, yeah, TRU, blah blah blah. This already have experience in security related operations. Likewise, among the outstanding LTG, FG can choose the next CG or Colonel General. In the same way, FG can identify and select the next DFG from the outstanding Colonel Gen. This system would help preserve the standards, tradition, and rules that have already been established within these units, and ensure the leadership knowledge is passed on to the next generation. Overall, I am proposing a clear chain of responsibility so that each senior rank has visible duties and soldiers know how know who is accountable for each area of the army. If this proposal can be considered and if will not complicate army operation, I sincerely hope it will be heard and implemented. That's all.
Yes, sir. Our Lieutenant General here, Mr. Capitan Tuton, been our LTG for I think all three, 4 seasons. I've been around for all the terms. This man's the epitome of a LTG, and I appreciate you speaking, sir. I always love listening to you speak. You take your base security and your duties very seriously, man, and you can teach everybody here something. I appreciate you. Before I have you speak, LTG duties a little bit, just to elaborate on that. The biggest thing that stood out to me is that even LTGs are not just supposed to be spawning Bearcats. I think that's
Yes.
been, yeah, man. I think that's been a big misunderstanding that LTGs can just come on right after raid when they know the Bearcats despawn. They spawn their Bearcats and then they're out for the day, and then they come back for the next raid and do that again. That's not LTG. That's just having the ability to spawn a Bearcat and you're not even parking them, you know. So, anyways, LTG is way more than that. You're securing the base. You're making sure there's the proper personnel at each gate. You're delegating if there are too many people at SG to go to NG. You're going back and forth because this man, Capitan Teuton, is also military police. It goes hand to hand with the job he's doing. He'll check on the gates as LTG. He's military police. He every 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever the case may be, he's always rounding the gates, the base and the gates, throwing up what's clear, what's not, what needs to be touched up. Um, you guys can and should be all studying what Capitan Teuton does as a LTG if you're striving to be an LTG. Just to touch on LTG stuff a little bit more. Lieutenant generals are a vital part of base security, right? They're the frontline leaders responsible for making sure that the base is properly staffed, secured, and operating smoothly at all times. LTGs have access to spawn Bearcats, right? And it is their responsibility to make sure that Bearcats are used properly for base lockdowns, territory, operations, and army missions. Bearcats should never become an issue or misused. We should always have someone that's around to spawn the Bearcat um, between the LTGs, CGs, DFGs, and myself. Uh, LTGs are also responsible for military police and all Army personnel on base. LTGs outrank military police due to obviously rank, right? So, yeah, uh, they must assign soldiers to keep key areas, including Southgate and Northgate, Army Airport, Central Tower headquarters, grocery stores, silos, and silo tunnels. LTGs must make sure that these areas are clear of gang members, civilians, and anyone loitering around the base. LTGs and military police should be the last to leave the base when soldiers are heading out for missions, territories, or events outside of the base. Before leaving, LTGs must make sure that all base areas are clear and secure. LTGs also must report any concerns within their unit to the colonel generals. Once again, we're following the chain of command. They're expected to give assignments respectfully and professionally. If anyone refuses to follow LTG's orders, even if they are higher rank, body cam footage must be submitted to the higher ups, of course, the DFGs or the FG. LTGs have the authority to revoke driving privileges when there is proper body cam evidence of an incident, speeding, or reckless driving. The LTG must screenshot uh, the license, the document the issue, and to state how many days or weeks the license will be revoked. Final approval must come from myself or the DFGs before license is reinstated. LTGs must know uh, how many soldiers are needed to staff all areas of the base and must distribute personnel properly. They should not remain posted in one area for too long and must regularly check all areas to make sure the base is safe, active, and secure. So that's just a touch up on the LTG duties. It's a bit of work. I mean, base security I think is the most important thing, other than growing our army. They have a big responsibility asking for that LTG spot. I hope you're making more than 200K medals a day because we need you around. Um, yeah, that butter knife ain't gonna cut it just popping in and spawning bearcats. Does anyone have any questions about LTG stuff before I have Kalina speak? Beautiful. What you got, LTG, Kalina, Mrs. Rusek?
So related to base security, and the other is essentially an RP. Adam, well, DFG Ruzek messaged me on Discord, considering you can't hop online for IRL reasons. Of his complaint of generals clocking out straight after raid, and the thought I had regarding base security. Considering that we've had gang members not just chilling outside the hill, just outside, well, not just outside, but in front of Southgate, but also Northgate, I think in a way to try and prevent that is going back to using buses after locking down the gates with BCs. Just to put a bus or two in front of the gates so soldiers don't get shot at. My two things.
I got you. I really don't mind the buses during a full hard base lockdown, but throughout the day they become a little bit bulky. So I really would only like the buses on after the 10 o'clock raid. If people are getting shot, that means they're putting no. If they're getting shot, they're getting shot. If they're dying, it's because they put their device down and they're in another screen. So if you're gonna be in another screen, standing wide open at the gate, expect to get killed. I've gotten killed just from going into my members list and trying to rank someone up or whatever. So that's on me for standing out in the open. Um, y'all need to be aware so that when you're getting shot from a direction, you're not just yelling shots fired. Um, Yell shots fired 12 o'clock from Northgate across the street, whatever the case may be. You'll only be able to see that if you're actually paying attention to your screen. Um, but yeah, no, I got you. We could try it out tomorrow, LTGs, throughout the day to see what it looks like. If it becomes a mess, if it doesn't look good, whatever the case may be. I know it's for functional purposes, for coverage, but let's go ahead and try it out. I'm all open to different suggestions and trying different things out, even though I may not like it right away. I may love it afterwards. So let's go ahead and try that out tomorrow. LTG, Rusek. All right. Cool. I think we have one Colonel General in the house, Afrin. Can you speak up for us, ma'am? Something before you speak up, I want to mention is that the Colonel Generals are going to be hand to hand now and running the academy. If it's not the DFGs or the FGs hiring people on board, it's the Colonel Generals are doing the majority of the hiring. So they know who got hired on, and I'd like for them to keep up with their progress, especially as soft hats, to see what their progression is looking like moving forward. Basically, for the CGs to keep tabs on them and to operate the academy. Um, I was gonna make it Vince Riker. He's excellent when it comes to his academy stuff. He takes his time. He explains everything. He's in the HR department, so he can tell everyone exactly where to find everything. So he'd be an excellent candidate. The only thing that got in between that is him not being a colonel general yet. So he's still going to be on that team. But yeah, we have an excellent academy and HR team between our CGs and our MG, Mr. Riker here. and a few other people that are excellent in HR as well. We got Lotus and a handful of other people. So very happy and proud to have you on this position. You guys make my job very much easier. So, but yeah, as Colonel Generals, they need y'all assistance as well. You know, they're always gonna be in their Discord in another screen, not always being able to pay attention to what's going on around them because they're doing onboarding, hiring things. So, I need generals again that are striving to be the LTGs and the CGs, and that just know it's the right thing to look over your army personnel shoulder to make sure they're not getting shot. Just to stick with CGs so that they have the coverage they need. Our CGs are also TRU, so all they do is cover. All they do is look out for the DFGs and FGs. So when they're hiring, they need someone to look out for them. So yeah, I'm gonna give you need to address in the CG world, man, that we can help you out with, or to tighten the base up, please.
CG World, I don't know if there's anything in particular. I do appreciate everyone who has supported with, making sure that I've been safe when hiring because I am between two screens, or sometimes I'm like hopping onto Discord on my phone really quickly. So I do appreciate all that are there to support hiring. In terms of, I guess, hiring with Academy, like I said earlier, I think I said it briefly. I definitely want more people to join, and specifically generals. If we can get colonels, that would be awesome. But if you guys are on during hiring time, or even after hiring time, or just you're active enough, um, I would want you guys to join academy training and get it's like I don't know, just in case I'm hiring somebody or Rola's hiring somebody and we can't go do a macro test because we've got a hire going on. Our goal is to basically do their trainings even if we're hiring, because sometimes we don't even have like two people. So yeah, the goal is to just get them hired, do their training afterwards, and then hopefully get them started on the base.
Yep, nice and simplistic. That's it. And there's a smooth operation. Um, a lot of y'all may not think there's a lot to it, but it's tedious working with new people that have no idea what's going on. We all know this, even when they're on the base. Sometimes even more difficult to deal with. But yeah, our CGs have a lot of patience working with these folks, and just work with them, help them out however you can, please. CGs are a big part of the leadership team. They're right beneath the DFG position, obviously, and we value them highly for what they do. So everyone plays a big role on this base, and I really don't think there's one piece more important than the other. We need everyone to fall in line so everything can go smoothly, so we can operate as one good working machine. So. Does anyone have any questions about anything that's been stated? I know there's a lot of stuff being spoken about. A lot of this is not new to y'all. A lot of things, all right, maybe you got your ears ringing with it. You needed to hear it. But is there any questions or comments about any of this stuff?
I did have
I
one
just want
additional
to.
thing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One additional thing, just not pertaining to CG position, just in general. We've been having a lot of no TRU's got it.
Now, who alerted y'all?
Damn, I
Nobody.
gotta play my numbers. I knew that was happening.
Good play. GG's, no GG's. I didn't expect this many niggas to be in here like, damn.
We walked
It's
right into a
cool.
trap.
It's cool. We got
Okay.
a whole meeting going on, so if y'all could just be quiet and pass, appreciate y'all. GG's.
Okay, sorry.
Drop them both. Haha, GG.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, you could take a seat. Only TRU should have their weapons out in CT. Um, just yeah, trust CT. Trust they can handle it. They've been trained to take in on the intruders that come in. But I was gonna say, for raids that have been happening, there's people hacking and glitching these packs. If you guys catch it on body cam, just send it to FG or DFG. That was the only thing that I was gonna add.
Yes, ma'am. On the subject of body cam. So yeah, definitely send me everything that's an issue on base, especially during the raids. Now I see a lot of y'all, you know, going back and forth with gang members that are repeat hitting us within 15 minutes on the base. You guys will be at it for 45 minutes. I'm like, I don't know, maybe y'all are bored. Y'all feel like chasing them around, doing this and that, complaining about whoever's hitting us. Cool. Let a troll be a troll. I don't know why we're trying to change her, you know, change them in any type of way or thinking that complaining about it is going to get rid of them. We need to stay collected. If they hit us two times within 15 minutes, right? I want us to start throwing the names up of the intruders that we downed so that if someone killed them at SG and someone at Northgate kills them next, they saw that that name just popped up within 15 minutes. They can send me the BC. And if it's a real troll that just is bored and he plans to hit, cool, let's deal with it. All y'all have to do, the same way when y'all like, this person keeps hitting me, call the admin yourself and say, hey, please free cam this player. He's attacking us for no RP reason. If someone is up here, there's only two reasons they should be up here: to get hired or for the material theft event. If they're up here for no RP reason. They have no business here. I want to see y'all stop giving yourselves headaches and dealing with people for 45 minutes plus and just call the admin to jail them for 95 minutes just to get you a breather and send me the BC so I can lay it on the admin's desk and they jump on that right away. We have level 3 admins in our team and they'll give them bans, not just 95-minute jail punishments. You calling the admin will just get you off their back for a little bit for 95 minutes and cool. Within that time, let's recover, document what needs to be documented, upload whatever videos need to be uploaded, and let's just play it the smart way instead of getting frustrated with people attacking the base. It's a video game. People are gonna just come shoot whatever they can. They like plucking wings off of flies. They don't give a damn if it's a challenge or not. They just like picking on people and bullying. So let's cut that out and deal with it accordingly instead of killing the same person over and over and over again with no BC footage to submit so we can do something about them. They're just gonna get dinner, get some sleep, and come back the next day and do it. So let's teach them a lesson and get them banned. Let them know it's wrong so we can actually educate them in their own way to stop fucking with the army. So, but anyone got any questions about anything? All right, cool. I probably got about 45 minutes worth more of information, but I'm going to go ahead and call this a meeting. I'd like us to try to get together once a week. Is everyone here okay with this time for weekly meetings? Or is another day going to be better? I'm willing to hear it all out so we can make everyone's schedule fit whatever we got going here. All right, cool. This is a great turnout here. Um, let's go ahead and snap a photo. Everyone meet on this projector here. Let's get a quick photo so I can document who showed up. And I love you all. I appreciate you all. So, yeah, let's get this photo and this meeting is dismissed.
And squeeze in.
Carson.
Go ahead and taser check this man, Teller. Oh, okay,
There you
okay.
go.
He up now. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Yeah, the taser got scared. He stood up real quick.
And our PO was a Mardi Gras event, and this girl had cracked her head and passed out on the ground. And when yelled, "Someone pour water on her, boom boom," and she just woke right the hell up.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
She said, "No way."
Oh, hell no.
It's wild.
That's wild, bro.
Good. Thank you, Tara.
It's about time he got banned for. I remember the SWAT shit he pulled old base. Oh my god. Potty mouth.
Yeah, get him. He tried calling me gay. All
Well,
right, cool.
turns out Bobby is, so I mean, can't.
I mean, we know Gus is his boyfriend. Everybody knows that.
Got him.
I got a little bit late. I was late as well too. So, man, I owe y'all some time. So, appreciate y'all again, and I'm sorry.
All good, Cruz. Take your time, brother.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hell yeah, it's definitely great seeing you all. Great numbers again. Last thing I want to say is I want you all to keep your suits. Nothing's gonna happen right away, but we have a lot of hungry colonels. So keep that in mind. I want y'all suit. If y'all not hitting y'all quotas, which I set it higher than two a week. I want y'all to try to get at least one of every category in every day. Just so it's just gonna help the army. But if I don't see seven of each by the end of the week, it's all good. Just make sure to hit your bare minimum, two of everything. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you're just hitting your bare minimum every week, and I see a colonel that could help us more, I'm gonna have a conversation with you. So I want y'all all to keep that in mind. But again, great work, everybody. Feels like we're gonna get fives again this week. We don't really have any hiccups on base like that. Cleaning up where we need to. And the last thing is get with these colonels because we're going to have some major general suits that are going to be available for the ones that are not. Um, and we're going to get some new colonels in position, as well as LTG spot is open. So you guys heard basically what's needed and required to be an LTG. So go ahead, get with the other LTGs, Kalina Rusek and Capitan Tuton, and get notes, figure out how to interview accordingly. And I'll be calling y'all up throughout the week. We're doing all general interviews this week, including for DFG positions. So I'm gonna interview probably five people for DFGs. Uh, anyone worthy of LTGs as well, probably 5 to 10. We got a good amount of generals. So yeah, if you know you're someone that's been out working the man next to you, and you'd make a great person for that position, just reach out to me, and we'll schedule something if I'm not just calling you guys out throughout the day, throughout the week. So that's it. You have a beautiful night. Good weekend.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So, sir, just I sent you the organizational chart I created. I'd like to see if you are interested in updating it to a more accurate thing for me to post. It basically gives who's in charge of what team or division. When I sees who the LTGs are over which part of it, and then also the DFGs and what they're over. Wasn't sure who kind of. I don't know if there's an actual line there. Like if you have, in PD we had DFGs were over operational, and then the other DFG was over training and recruitment, and it's kind of different here. So if you want to look at that and give me some input on what you'd like to put where, I can definitely make it up.
Vince Riker, you're a monster, my guy. I thought you peaked, man, but you keep excelling. I'll give it a look, man. But let's go ahead and implement that. I love the sound of that. So I'll give it a look to see how it looks.
Yes, sir. I just need feedback on. I put put who was in there. I'll update it with the new people once you get them in there. But like I said, I took a shot at who might be over certain divisions. for DFG, and then the LTGs under that, or CGs under that, and then LTGs, and then major generals from there. So just let me know, sir. I can make changes pretty easily with my Visio.
Good old Vizio. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I'll give it
I
a look
love
here
it.
in the next 20 minutes or so and see if anything needs to be touched up and just give you the green light from there. I appreciate you, Vince.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Lotus. Yes.
I was gonna say you're gonna get a nice little giggle from the poster. Okay. Me and Kitty were obsessed with it. I made mine earlier. It's kind of funny.
I'm looking forward to checking it out. Just got off the road, so jump straight into this call. I got to catch up on Discord. I'm definitely going to give all that a look. So, and I was looking forward to seeing your post for that. Love whenever you bring up some candidates to me. It just gets me excited to see how they're going to feel later on when they see they're going to get that reward. So, I think that's awesome, man. And I might have to add some more categories in there to get a few more people. Uh, but yeah, I'm loving what's going on with this.
I mean, I was actually thinking, sir, after we get like one more week in it of it, so that they kind of get the gist of it, talking to the 1Cs in our next meeting or whatever, whenever you get that group chat ready, no rush, but seeing if they have anybody they want to highlight from their unit might be a fun way to do that.
Yeah, most definitely. We can even highlight units as well. But no, just keep doing what you've been doing, and you can slowly start sprinkling a little bit more. And yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate you again, Lotus. This is I got so much to be happy about on this base compared to what's been going on over the last year with all the other terms. You guys are making this exciting for me, so just thank you again.
We're nerdy like that. We get excited about shit like this.
Yeah, man. All my nerves in one place. I love it.
Heck yeah.
All right, cool. I need to speak with my Colonel General here real quick. So you all are dismissed for a moment. I'll catch up with you all.
Have a good day, sir.
Yes, sir.
See you later, Riley.
You too, generals. Thank you.
See ya.
Glad I swiveled my camera. What's good, Mr. Carson?
What's up?
You all good, my guy?
Here. Where the fuck were you earlier? Yeah, where were you
He's ready to
huh?
die.
Oh.
All right, Katie, are you ready to embarrass Adam on Discord?
I embarrassed that man enough. Damn. Yes, let's embarrass. I mean, you can.